evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 7, Episode 12, DJI Mavic 3 Pro for $799, Part 2. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. We're going to jump right in and greet everybody, and then I have some housekeeping to take care of here. We've got a pretty full house. Jay Bird's here, Akarasho, David Martin Graff, Koopy's in the house, Joan Schatz, Bud Bieber, let's see, John Olson, who else we got? Let's see, Leonard Oglesby, Uncle Bill's Toys, Art's in the house. Welcome, Art. Lauren is here. Welcome, Lauren. Michael Wright is here. Welcome, Michael. Let's see, who else? Richard is here. Welcome, Richard. Let's see, who else? Lloyd Mendenhall. Welcome, Lloyd. Let's see. Flying Flame Media, welcome, John, and USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America. Thank you all for stopping by tonight. And Lloyd, first of all, I want to start off. We extend our deepest sympathies to you, Valerie, and I personally, and I know all of your followers do as well here at the loss of your wife, Judy. We are praying for you and extend our deepest sympathies to you and your family at this time, and wish you God's peace, my friend. God bless you. You know, we're here for you. If you need to chat, let us know. You know, we're here for you. Just want to let you know that. Also, too, from what I understand, Bill Thomas has recently had surgery. And Bill, watching tonight, we wish you a very speedy recovery. Hope things go well. Hope surgery went well, and hope you recover fully. Thoughts and prayers are with you as well, too. Okay. All right. Just wanted to get that. You're welcome, Lloyd. Absolutely. Just wanted to get all that taken out of account. We're having, just before I get into things, we're having bipolar weather here, okay? It was 85 this weekend. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be in the 40s, okay? Florida can't, somebody said we sprung back a little too far to like winter, okay? I'm beginning to think that. It's absolutely insane, the weather we're having now. It's just beyond comprehension. I can't figure that out. Ron and Marcus are going to join me in a little bit here. We're going to get to the DJI Mavic 3 Pro for $799. Let you know, get you guys up to date and up to speed with that. Got a lot of other stuff to talk about tonight. It's just absolutely crazy, the number of things that are going on right now. And the first thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is, okay, we're going to do a couple things with the remote ID. Most drone makers not ready for remote ID, study shows. I want to go ahead and show this article here. And again, as always, these articles are out on Build a Drone Reviewer Facebook group. So make sure if you want to look at them in depth, you're welcome to do that. Most drone makers not ready for remote ID, study shows. FAA policy for exercising discretion ended on March 16th. Okay. However, research showed 70% of major drone manufacturers aren't ready for remote ID yet. SkySafe, a drone tracking data intelligence firm, has uncovered the implementation details of standard remote ID drones across 7 manufacturers: DJI, Skydio, Autel, Parrot, Swell Pro, EXO, and Unique. While one of the 7 is found to have followed the implementation perfectly, the results for others range from confusing to potentially disastrous. Okay. Skydio says they're fully ready. DJI minor issues with remote ID compliance. Parrot needs improvement. Autel major flaws with remote ID implementation. Swell Pro, EXO, Unique not compliant. And then I'm gonna share with you an article right now. It's an updated article. Let me go ahead and get that up here. Now, this article has been updated as of March 2024, and this shows the list of DJI drones that are compliant right now. So let's go ahead and bring this up, and we'll go over that because I want to make everybody aware of that, all right? DJI drones with remote ID: DJI Mini 4 Pro, DJI Air 3, DJI Mavic 3 Pro, DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine, DJI Inspire 3, DJI M350 RTK, DJI Air 2S, DJI Mavic 3, DJI Mavic 3 Classic, DJI Mavic 3 Cine, DJI Avata, DJI Mini 3, DJI Mini 3 Pro, DJI Flycart 30, And it's a delivery. That's a delivery drone for DJI, DJI FPV, DJI Mavic 2 Pro, DJI Mavic 2 Zoom, DJI Mavic Air 2, DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, DJI Mavic 3 Thermal, DJI Mavic 3 Multispectral, DJI Matrice 30, DJI M30 dock version, DJI Matrice 30 Thermal, DJI M30T dock version, DJI M300 RTK, DJI Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, DJI Phantom 4 RTK, DJI Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, DJI Phantom 4 Pro Plus V2.0, DJI Agras T40, DJI Agras T30, DJI Agras T20P, and DJI Agras T10. And again, if you're interested in getting this list, feel free to go out to Build a Drone Reviewer on the Facebook group. It's out there, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So we're going to get to the Avata 2 here just coming up here. Dr. Ted, welcome. Fly Guy Merrill, welcome. Good to see you guys tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. So got that coming up. And just a segue here, and Captain Ray, I don't know if you're here or not, but I'm hearing that the hotel is completely booked for South Florida Drone Meetup. So you're gonna have I think you're gonna have a fantastic turnout there, my friend. That's gonna be absolutely awesome. There are other hotels in the area, just to let you guys know. If last minute you want to decide to go there, there are some. Valerie and I, we weren't able to get in at the Hampton Inns and Suites. We were able to get in a little bit down the road, not that much further, about 2 or 3 miles down. We found a wonderful place there, decent rates. So, but there are other hotels in the area. So just to let you guys know. But if you need any details, make sure you get a hold of Captain Ray or go out to there's a South Florida Drone Meetup Facebook group. There's details out there as well. As always, you can ping Captain Ray. He'll be more than happy to help you out for that. So, yeah. Okay. All right. What was I? We're going to talk about that here in a second. Okay. All right. This one actually got my attention in a large way. I was watching our good friends Ron Marcus and DeMarco last night on Drone Nation. And let me go ahead and get this banner up here. All right. Cogito Tech Company Limited, and this is for they're out on the FCC database. We're going to look at that here in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and share the drone that they have showing out on Amazon right now. Okay, it's called the Spectra, and from everything that you've seen, and I'm going to move on down here to show some of these pictures. It looks to be almost a carbon copy of the Air 3. I mean, you really can't say that. You take a look here and look at some of these pictures. They're a carbon copy of this, which is very interesting. There are some reviews out there already, and reviews are positive. They're absolutely positive. Once it rebranded DJI Air 3, no cap, CAP. Is it a DJI? Maybe, but amazing drone nonetheless. And let's go ahead up here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the article. I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to stop this. And I'm going to go ahead and share again here. We're going to share from my page here. And what I wanted to share with you is, okay, let's go ahead right here. Our good friends over at Half Chrome Drones, there's a couple of videos out, and you can see right here, Jack from Half Chrome Drones calls it Attack of the Clones. And then there's another one up here, Cogito Specta Air equals DJI Air 3. From what I read, Jack from Half Chrome Drones was going to try to take a test flight, but the software was not working. And from what I've seen some pictures, and I don't know where they're at. From the pictures I've seen, the software looks exactly like the DJI Fly app. And we're going to talk about this here in a minute. I just wanted to show you some of these pictures. Now, from what I understand, the software that was loaded on the controller wasn't syncing. He wasn't able to bind to the drone. So they're sending him out a whole new unit. And they said they had a little bit of problems with that. So Jack hasn't been able to take it out for a test flight. So as soon as something happens with that, I'll be sure to post it out on Bill the Drone Reviewer Facebook group page, out on Twitter and Instagram, so you guys can take a look at that. Jack's a great guy. I met him before. Wonderful guy. Love their channel, Half Chrome Drones. Those guys do a great job out there. But also, too, and I did see some things in the chat last night. I can't find this, okay? Well, a lot of people are looking for Spectra. You're not going to find it under Spectra. What you need to look for is Cogito Tech Company Limited. Now, I was able to find this, believe it or not. It did hit the FCC database, and I have it pulled up right here. So this is 100% legit, guys. This is not, this isn't, a scam or anything. Okay, this is the real deal, and I want to spend a few minutes on this here. Okay. Now this is exactly what you see here: Cogito Tech Company Limited, Specta, and that's the drone right here. And there's information on this, and there's an exhibit I want to show you. Label, okay. And it's going to come up here. Okay, and you can see that's the label in the drone. I don't know why that. Oh yeah, let me do this. So you see if we can get this over here. It's not. There you go. Okay, that's the inside of the drone, and that's what you normally see on a DJI release. You see the label from the FCC there. So, and this is real. There was a lot of schools of thought on this, and I know, and I was watching some of Half Chrome Drones, Jack's video on this, and speculation is it a complete clone? Is it DJI operating as another company? Now, what's real interesting here, from what I see on this, and I'm trying to get. Now, someone had said Malaysia on this, but from what I'm seeing out on the FCC database, it shows it out of Hong Kong. Now, where this is manufactured, I don't know. But there's speculation, since they're talking about this being made in Malaysia, that DJI has set up another company called Cogito Tech and putting out this drone, maybe as a trial balloon to see if this will work. And if it does, they can be able to produce drones from Malaysia. And it would be, if the worst case scenario came to fruition with them, blocking DJI drones from coming into the country, they can sell them from this other company as well. So kind of stay tuned to all this. I asked Jack to send me some more information. He's gonna do that. If I get some more information, I'm gonna pass this on to you guys. This is real interesting, and I'm really kind of thinking of this. I don't think this is a clone. I think this is a DJI company. I really do. That's my thought on this. So we'll kind of see how this goes here. I don't know. I would love to get one. I would absolutely love to get one. I wouldn't take it apart though. I'd love to get one and test it out and fly it. So we'll see. I'm gonna and Jack told me, he's gonna keep me posted. I sent him an email. I've been good friends with him for a while. So Marcus, how are you, sir?
Not too bad. Just got done installing some blinds for my lovely wife.
Oh wow, was that her birthday present?
Well, no, just a project. Just a project, yeah.
Well, we're talking about the Cogito Specta.
Yeah.
And I did find it out on the FCC database. And what's real interesting, I know you guys mentioned that Malaysia on the show last night, but from what I saw in the FCC database, it said Hong Kong.
Yeah. So did you see Geeks Mono's presentation on it?
No, I didn't. Yeah,
and he kind of did basically the same investigative stuff that we did, although I think he probably has more resources than we do. And yeah, he found that Hong Kong company, but if you look on Amazon, it says manufactured in Malaysia.
Okay.
His guess was that it's not to get around any kind of a ban. He thinks it's some kind of gray market thing, but that doesn't make any sense to me because for two reasons. Why would they send it to Half Chrome, which is a U.S.-based drone show, right?
Right.
And by the way, Half Chrome was a good choice for him because I think that fits right into what those guys do over there, and they'll do a really good presentation on that product. And then secondly, it's advertised on Amazon. Well, if it was gray market and wasn't intended for the U.S. market, why would it be for sale on Amazon? Now, what he also said, this is interesting, Bill. He said when he tried to find it on Amazon in the UK, it would automatically send him to the DJI Air 3.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow. You know what my school of thought is, okay, and I think, and you guys kind of brought this up last night, is I think DJI is doing a trial balloon here, okay. If push comes to shove and the worst case scenario happens and Congress passes legislation and everything, I think they're floating this as a trial balloon here to see if it works. As
a workaround. Now, Geeks Fauna said no because it's another Chinese company, so that would get banned too. Heck, I have no idea, Bill. It'll just be interesting to see it play out. I just for one, I'm tickled that there's another alternative out there in case something does happen. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah, I emailed Jack from Half Chrome Drones.
Yeah.
I got them. I met him years ago at the Mavic 2 presentation over in Brooklyn.
I'm sure he's getting bombarded by.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely fantastic. I asked him, I said, you get any more information? I said, let me know, pass it on. Well, one of the things I found out was he wasn't able to test it because
good.
There was a software
kind
of issue. So they're sending him another one. So
right.
Kind of like he said, stay tuned. I'm going to get that. So, I told him, I said, you find anything out, let us know. So
reminds me of, when Hubson sent me that drone for review, that because of their EXO deal, they had to give me a special dispensation for it to even take off in the US. It wouldn't connect. It wouldn't do anything, which I guess is another way to say it would be so easy for them to ground all of our drones. I mean, just with software, right? There he is.
There he is.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
What'd you say?
I had audio problems last night. I had to move Drone Nation to the laptop last night. I think all I need to do is restart the computer. So I'm glad I'm good to go. How are you gentlemen tonight?
We're doing good. We just talked about the Cogito Specta.
The new Specta drone.
Yeah, and I showed, before you guys joined, I showed the FCC label. So, I mean, it's totally legit. And a lot of people were looking for Specta, and, because I saw somebody in the chat, so I can't find it. It's not out there. I said, you got to look for Cogito Specta, okay? A lot of people are trying to look for it as Specta, and you're not going to find. You're going to find all kind of other things. You won't find that. But the FCC label is out there, 100% legit.
It's real, Bill. It's on Amazon. You can order it, and it ships.
Yeah.
It's not like it says it ships 3 months from now. You order it, it ships right away.
Yeah, and Marcus just told me, and I think somebody posted the link for Geeks Fauna. He had an in-depth discussion about this, and he doesn't think that this is a trial balloon or anything like this. He thinks it's gray market kind of stuff. But as Marcus and I were just talking, a gray market item would not be for sale on Amazon. Okay, Amazon,
exactly. And you think if it was, DJI's has a pull over there, they could get it pulled off.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, can you speak to Fly Guy Merrill's comment? Ron's looked into this, so he'll be able
to put on the board, the big board there.
The question is, will it be cheaper than DJI?
Oh, well, yeah. Here's the thing, Bill. Initially, I saw that the Specta was $11.99. I said, "Why is a clone $100 more than normal?" But then I looked closer. For $11.99, you get the DJI RC2 controller with the screen, not the basic controller. So now it's actually cheaper than the Air 3 because the Air 3
just a little bit. Yeah.
With that control, with the good, I'll call it the good controller, is more than 11. I don't know what it is, but it's more than 11.99 if they even offer that package.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's a huge amount of money, right? It's $50 or $100 maybe.
And here's what I've heard, Bill. They're also expecting to come out with a Mini 4 Pro clone. I mean, soon, like maybe next month.
Hey, that would be interesting. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, and Geeksvana did as well. If you look on there, you can download the owner's manual for the drone, and I did that. And they have a website for that Contixo, and so I tried to go to that website, and it just says under construction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did see that. I went out to the Amazon store and I clicked that, and it said, that's what it said that there too. Website not available yet, or something along those lines. So
here's a key question. Somebody asked last night in the chat. Nobody's answered. Bill, what's the support going to be like on this Spectra drone or whatever?
Yeah,
do they have Spectra Care Refresh or?
That's a real good question, Ron. Especially like Care Refresh, things like that.
I mean, if you have a problem, you have to pay $200 to ship it back to Malaysia to get it worked on.
And to your point, if it was half price or something, it might be worth taking that chance, right? But if you're paying nearly the same price you're paying for the DJI product, I'm not sure why you do it.
Again, unless I wouldn't do it now. But of course, if you had no access to DJI drones, the Spectra's looking better.
Yeah, it is an odd deal, isn't it?
And here, okay, if they're trying to skirt the U.S. government by calling it Spectra and something like that, how long is it going to take somebody in the government to catch on to what's going on here?
Yeah, they could say, okay, we're going to ban drones from Malaysia.
Okay, let me flip that one over on you. So you make a good point, Ron, but the government isn't worried about the hardware. What they're worried about is information getting back to the CCP. So if this is a product that is, the servers or whatever, and the information is going back to Malaysia, they might not care so much, right?
Well, but how do they know the CCP is not standing right there by the server tapping into the data?
Well, you don't know that about anything, right? Anything from any country.
We don't even know. We don't even know for a fact. We don't know that the data from our drone flights is going to the CCP.
Yeah. Let me answer Ted. So Ted, it does the company, this Contixo, the company that is marketing this Specta product, is a Hong Kong-based company, but it says that the product itself is manufactured in Malaysia. So, I realize that's kind of slicing
a gray area, or
yeah.
Now, I pulled up the manual from the website or from Amazon, and I mean, it really. And I'm going to say this because I don't really look at the manuals too much. But from what I remember looking at like the Air 3 manual and things like this, it's very similar. I mean, it's very inclusive. It's very detailed. It really doesn't. It's not what I would call a typical Chinese manual. Okay, because and I can tell you with like some of the cheap ham radios, you get like a 2 or 3 page manual, and that's it. Okay. And this isn't like that. This is pretty detailed.
Yeah, with not very good English lots of times, right?
Well, it's exactly the same diagrams as everything is in your. You could use this for a manual for your Air 3. I mean, it's the same.
Oh, so they just kind of did a copy and paste, Marcus.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to bring up one more thing, and then we're going to move on. I want to spend some time on the Avata here, but if they were absolutely copying, if this isn't a DJI company, okay, DJI would have come down on them already and filed a lawsuit against them, okay, for steal. I mean, this is 100%, an Air 3. All right.
Well, there's no question DJI is in on it, right? I mean, no question. Yeah.
Have to be. I mean, so stay tuned. We'll have more on this. Like I said, be watching Jack from Half Chrome Drones. When he gets his drone, he's gonna put it on. He's gonna tell me. He's gonna let me know.
Hey, Bill, before you go out, just one quick point. Now, as far as I know, Marcus and Bill, Jack doesn't get DJI drones to review. I mean, he buys them, but I don't think he's being sent DJI products ahead of time. Okay, but he was sent to Spectra. Do you think there's a possibility of you guys? Do you have enough channels? How is Jack much bigger than you guys? Would you have a possibility of maybe getting the Spectra drone in for review?
I would love to. Spectra Drones, if you're listening, there's 3 reviewers right here, right now, that would love to review that.
Again, Half Chrome normally doesn't get the DJI drones ahead of time, but he did get Spectra. How big is Jack's channel? Is he?
I think they got 50,000.
No, he's
50,000.
I think he's third. I just looked today. I think he's like 39. No, I could be wrong. I don't want to say it.
Okay.
I think it was about 50 because I looked last night. So.
Right. Yeah. My point is he doesn't normally get the DJI drones ahead of time or whatever.
Right.
So, but he did get the Spectra early. So maybe there's a chance I'll say smaller channels. I mean, smaller channels. I mean, channels that don't have 100,000 subscribers have a chance of getting this for review.
Half Chrome he is bigger than I thought. He is 59,000 subs.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill. Sorry, I just had hope that maybe some other channels we know would be able to get the Spectra drone in for early review.
Well, Stewart family, it is on Amazon. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you can only see. You can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy this. Here, let me go
now,
ahead.
Bill, it's not $7.99 though.
No, this isn't $7.99. So let me go ahead and
if they send me one, Ted Bowman and I'll review it out at the Snake River Canyon.
There you go.
Yeah.
If they send me one, I'll bring it down to South Florida Drone Meetup, and everybody at the meetup can review it.
There you go.
Now, if you're looking for it, type in Cogito Specta, okay, and it'll come up. Now, I did drop the link in here. I'm not sure if the link works or not because it has a long URL. I'm going to try to do a shorter one here.
Yeah, heck yeah. Just click your affiliate thing, Bill.
Yeah, click our affiliate links here. Make it rich.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not. If they don't get it or whatever, we're not held responsible.
Koopy, throw your affiliate link up there.
Okay, I just dropped it in there. All right, we're going to move on here. I thought this was some good school for thought here. Got some news about the Avata, and this is the first real kind of what you want to say, confirmation that it's coming. Of course,
our guys over at the FCC have been busy this week, huh?
They sure have, Ron. And here's the label from the FPV Remote Controller 3, RC Motion 3. They both hit the FCC database, so those are out there. And I want to get the article up here on the Avata too.
If people don't know, Bill, this absolutely means it's the real product. The FCC doesn't review, Air or whatever. These are real products.
Absolutely. And see, and I had a question asked last time when we had a release. Why is the FCC involved? Good question. The question is because it uses air radio waves. Okay, it has to be on a certain frequency. Anything like that has to be approved by the FCC. Okay, even though this is really technically FAA's territory, this really has to be approved by the FCC for communication purposes.
And that's how Mr. Phonic wants to ban drones by not letting them be, have the FCC signals.
Yes. So more on that.
Let me, Bill. You're the ham radio guy, so you probably would know this. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that they revoked DJI's FCC licenses to broadcast radio waves. Could I, Bill, then go out and get a ham radio license and then be perfectly legal flying my DJI drones?
That's a great point, Marcus. And I'm going to bring this up. Okay. You guys know Ed Ricker, right? Okay.
Right. We met at Spin Up.
Right.
I met him on the Mavic 2 premiere in Brooklyn. Okay. Mm-hmm. He got into FPV drones, but one of the things that he did when he got into FPV drones, and my radars went up when I saw it, he got his ham radio license. Okay. Because a lot of the homebrew FPVs, okay, they use radio frequencies that you need to get a ham radio license, a technician license, to be able to use that. So, Marcus, your point is well taken. I think you probably could do this, okay, because that's a gray area, and there's no really laws on the books about that. So, but who knows what the FCC can do and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, it's a possibility.
Hey, Bill, another quick thought is, okay, if Stefanik's bill is getting close to shutting down DJI drones in the U.S., how comes the FCC is still approving things kind of willy-nilly here, or whatever? You'd think the FCC was, hey, we better slow down here. A ban's about to come.
That's a good point, Ron. See, I think what we're seeing here, it's a lot, and I know Marcus has brought it up, and we talked about it as well, is because it's an election year, okay? And it's what I think it is. It's a lot of smoke right now, okay? And a lot of puffing out of chests and look at me and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and all this. And, what I think it is, I think it's a lot of noise, okay? I think it's just a lot of noise right now. Go ahead, Marcus. You were going to say something.
No, Bill, I was just going to echo what you said. I think that Elise Stefanik is just trying to get some attention, right? So she can say, I'm hard on China or tough on China or whatever, The
problem is she doesn't know the attention she's getting, probably mostly from the drone community that's mostly anti what she's trying to do.
Well, yeah, except for I'm going to respond to that, Ron, by saying the drone community, we all get together and we think that, hey, this is a big community.
We're powerful.
What are we? Maybe we're 1/100 of 1% of her constituency. It's so small that it doesn't matter, right?
Right. And of course, unless we live in upstate New York, it doesn't matter anyways. But I so you're making the point that Karens are much more powerful than us, the drone flyers.
Well, I'm just saying that, and we've talked about this before. Those kind of laws wouldn't stand a chance if we had some kind of cohesive. And I was talking to Koopy about this the other day. If we were a big enough group to have a cohesive representation, but we don't, because we not only, and what I'm talking about is the hobbyists, the people like us that, yeah, I've got my Part 107, but I don't do any commercial work. I fly for fun, and so does Ron, and so does Bill. There's no group, you could maybe say the AMA, but they don't give a damn about drones. They're about, as they should be, they're about fixed wing model aircraft. That's their thing. I'm not saying they should represent us, but I'm saying we're not a big enough group to have that kind of representation to make even a drop in the water for anybody proposing any kind of legislation.
But yet we're a big enough group to have some politicians all of a sudden start picking on us.
Well, because that's because of the China issue, Ron. I think that's trying to look. I don't think it has anything to do with drones. I think it has to do with looking like they're tough on China.
Yeah, well, I mean, China makes a lot of stuff, not drones. They had to pick on the one of the million things China makes. They had to settle in on drones, not cell phones. And
I can explain that too, Ron, because and that's another thing we've talked about a million times. People are so paranoid about that eye in the sky, that camera, that flying camera. It's naturally something that people are paranoid about, so they latch onto that.
Right. Plus, no politician would dare try to take away people's smartphones made in China.
Yeah, well, that'd be all of our iPhones. Ron.
Yeah, like I said, they couldn't pick on the phones because people wouldn't go for that.
Although Apple they are moving a lot of their production to Vietnam, but yeah.
Yeah, Bill. Sorry, we hijacked your thing there.
No. That was a good that was good and relevant discussion here. The Avata 2 here, they're talking about they're trying to surmise what we think is going beyond there. I know Lauren was very, very mum last night on Tundra Nation.
You mean Sergeant Schultz?
Yes, he knows nothing, but
I know nothing.
He knows everything, but he can't say nothing. Okay,
he didn't deny anything, Bill.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't deny anything. So it's going to be interesting. I think from what the discussion last night on the show, April 9th, 10th, 11th, somewhere in that.
Lauren pointed us to the 11th.
To the 11th. Okay, so
Hey, one more quick comment, Bill. Bud Bieber brought up a comment here about batteries for e-cars and so forth. You know what, Bud? There is a big fear going on now with, I can't remember the name of the company. It's China's biggest battery manufacturer. Ford made an agreement with them to produce batteries and stuff. And there is a lot of paranoia going on about, because as we know, all these kind of batteries, especially in an electric vehicle, they have to be smart batteries. And there's a bunch of concern about those now too. So we'll
China's
see.
bigger I think China's bigger in electric cars than we are.
Yeah.
So, but with the Avata, we're probably going to see this on the 11th. Have you guys even thought about what the pricing is going to be on this?
We just tried to guess. Everything has gone up like 25-30% in price or whatever.
Hey, can I answer Ted Bowman too? He's asking for sponsors or little cash collectives. You know what, Ted? We need a friend that has a really good friend that's a former U.S. senator that maybe could help us with that. What do you say, Ted? He knows what I'm talking about.
We need leadership before we start collecting money. But back to Bill's thing about the pricing. I can only guess it'll be more than the Avata 1, Bill.
Yeah. Let's just say, my guess, and this is just straight off the top, I would say you're probably looking at maybe 300, 350 more than.
I remember you're going to get a greatly improved pair of goggles with that camera and maybe that flip up hood.
One more quick point. Ted's got a couple comments up there. And the individual that he is friends with, the former U.S. senator, and I forgot about that. He flies DJI drones.
Oh, okay. Somebody on our side.
Good.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Very good.
Yeah,
so,
you set it up, Ted. So, Marcus, what's your prediction on the price for the Avata 2 kit?
I bet you it's about the same as the Avata. I bet you
won't see much of a hike.
Yeah, I bet we won't see much of a hike at all. They've got DJI has so much manufacturing horsepower that and they're going to want it to. Listen, Ron, you yourself already pushed back yesterday on, okay, what's it bringing to the table? Why would I upgrade? So if they priced it too high, particularly guys like you, even if it offered something that you're a little bit interested in, you'd probably go, okay, that's a pass.
And here's the problem with FPV drones that we don't have the camera. What we do with the camera drones is a way that lots of times getting a new drone like this means we can't just buy the drone. We have to invest in another pair of goggles, another controller. We just can't come into it, just upgrade the drone. What if we like our current goggles and gear? What if I know that what do you call it, the cameras in for the awareness is good, but what if my current goggles fit great and I can see great out of them? I want to keep them. Now they won't work with the new drone more than likely.
That's a strategy by corporations. I was going to say corporate America, but all corporations. It's called planned obsolescence.
Yeah.
Bingo. Absolutely. They make it so you have to get the new upgrade, that you have to. It's really kind of like, remember the big to-do that Apple had with their batteries on the iPhone? Okay. They kind of got caught with their hands in the cookie jar, trying to make some of the older iPhones obsolete because of that. It just, yeah. So, but yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be a whole lot more.
Again, I think you'll need new a good point. You'll need new batteries for this. If you have a whole collection of batteries for the current one, now they're no good. For the new drone.
Bill, that battery deal was classic, and Apple snuck that in on us like freaking.
Mm-hmm. I still had an iPhone then. Yeah, I was still an iPhone owner then, so yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You mean the deal where the after a certain amount, the battery started wouldn't charge up as much after a certain amount of years?
They throttled your phone. They reduced the processing power of your phone, so everything would be real slow on it.
It wouldn't suck the battery down.
Ostensibly, that was their excuse. Their excuse was that they said, we're trying to protect the battery as it gets older. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Well, stay tuned. There's going to be more on this. Okay. And trust me. Okay. And I'm going to say one more thing about this. All right. And this is with every DJI drone. Okay. they tweaked them enough so you can't buy, let's just, for argument's sake, that you have to get a new battery, that you have to get new props, that you have to get all the little things that add up, okay, to make this work, all right? That you have these accessories, they make a lot of money on these accessories. Don't think they don't, okay? And it's part of this, a new charging controller, a new adapter. All these other things that come with a drone, sometimes they have to be upgraded, and if they tweak the battery enough, you got to get a new adapter. So stay tuned for all this. This is
And
just
before you finish up there, Lauren hit last night that maybe a mini FPV is still in the way.
So there you go. I mean, that's even more. I mean, stay tuned for that. Okay, that's just.
You know what I'm going to tell you about, Lauren? You remember those girls in high school that used to kind of smile at you and wink? And what was the name we used to call them? Lauren is that, only with drones.
All right, and I know.
Well, you guys got it. Okay.
He's been chomping at the bit, as I've seen him in the chat about this. So we have part 2 for what's going on.
We've been waiting all night, Bill, to hear whether you got the $7.99 or not.
Okay. So I've updated my timeline, so we're gonna take a look at that here. I want to go through this again with everybody. Okay. This all started on the 4th. Original order was placed on the 6th. Original order was canceled due to lack of availability. And on the 6th, I called Amazon customer service. And on the 6th, I received an email from Amazon customer service. I forwarded your message to our Amazon specialist team. All right. On Thursday, I called Amazon customer service again and received an email from them. Once your item gets delivered, you can let us know and request a credit for the price difference. Okay. So I went ahead and I placed the order. All right. Friday, I received the second order and I placed a call to Amazon customer service. That was disconnected. I placed a second call. That was disconnected. I placed a third call. That was disconnected. I placed a fourth call. Finally got through. Finally got a hold of somebody, and that ended up getting disconnected. But I finally got a hold of somebody on the 4 minutes and 43 seconds one. No, I didn't. I went and I had an online chat between 2:43 and 3:36. I called Amazon customer service again with 35 minutes, 58 seconds. I received an email from them that said successfully requested refund of the amount on the original payment method, and you'll see it in the next 5 to 7 business days. And that was at 4:11 p.m. All right. On Monday, the 11th, I called Amazon customer service confirming credit request in the order notes, which they did. That was 4 minutes and 20 seconds. On the 13th, which was Wednesday, I called Amazon customer service again. What I did was during these calls was just, want to verify that it's in progress and it's still in the notes. They verified it was still in the notes, and it is going to take the 5 to 7 business days. All right. On Friday the 15th, I had to make several calls because I got disconnected. And finally, the last call that I made confirmed the credit request in the order notes. So everything was fine. All right. So this Monday, I called Amazon customer service, and what the gentleman told me was the refund request had to be successful, had to be resubmitted, and that was successful. It will happen in 3 to 5 business days. I was on the phone with them for 37 minutes. All right. Now today, I called Amazon customer service. The refund request was escalated. I should see it by no later than Friday. Okay. 23 minutes, 30 seconds at 12:21 p.m. Total time on the phone, 3 hours, 38 minutes, 11 seconds. All right.
Wow. Well, when you call in there, you don't even have to say your name anymore, right? They
pretty much know. And all I do is I tell them the last 4 digits of the order number, okay, and they pull it right up, and they ask what's the refund due to. I tell them a price match, and I've had in every single one. I've talked to at least 5 to 6 different people this past week. They all confirmed this is in the notes, okay. This hasn't been taken away, so it's going to happen. It's just I have to write it out. Now what I don't have on the timeline, I also called a firm. That's who I financed this through, and I did it on purpose because they won't finance shady deals, okay? And they told me, because I asked them, I said they call it an adjustment. They don't call it a refund. They call it an adjustment to the original amount. So that will show up as soon as they receive the request from Amazon. And if I told them, if you need to, give me a call. That's not a problem. So they're all fine with that. So right now, that's where we're at. We're kind of in that holding pattern right now.
So we're on the clock right now for Friday.
We're on the clock for Friday. And I really think now I took a look, worst case scenario, it has to go back by April 7th. So you know, so there's no problem there as far as that's concerned. But as far as we're seeing here, it's still on course. Now, I've received communication from multiple other people. You know, one of them today who, and I think he commented on one of my videos, he was the one who got his refund by the gift cards. Okay. That I posted that on Drone XL. That gentleman received he sent that one back, and he bought another one and had $1,500 worth of Amazon gift cards, refunding $1,500 worth of prior purchases, and was able to get it for $7.99. So, so this
he's the only person who knows that has successfully navigated this whole, we'll call it a Mavic 3 Pro gate.
So here, I get a question about that, this gift card thing. Why would they bother with gift cards? Why wouldn't they just put a $1,500 credit on his account? Or, you know what I mean? Or
yeah, I was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, my guess, and this is just a guess from working in software for 40 years, okay, that level of customer service, that supervisor probably didn't have the authority to do the $1,500. It probably takes somebody pretty high up the food chain to do that. And what they could do is that they could offer these gift cards, okay, or refund all these amounts, okay. It had to be transaction by transaction to do that, okay. So that's my guess. That's what I think what happened in that instance. He didn't reach the level that I reached to be able to authorize that. So in order to do that, they went ahead and they refunded his previous $1,500 worth and did it one at a time to get it to $1,500. That's where I think that happened.
So, Bill, here's my concern for you. You know, you have spent a great deal of time and effort on this, but you know, looking at your timeline, man, it just looks like the Amazon people, they just keep kicking that can down the road, kicking it down the road. So let's see what happens by this coming Friday, right? If they kick it down the road again, it's like, wow, that, you know.
Well,
I mean, it's like that strategy that people get accused of now, delay, or whatever, you know, hoping that you give up or whatever.
Well, what I'm going to do is if that happens on this Friday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go the route that the gentleman who was able to get it successfully said, you know what? Take a look and see how much money I've spent on Amazon recently, okay? Refund that $1,500 back to me in a gift card so I can go ahead and repurchase that drone. I'm going to go that route if push comes to shove. But I really think they're going to do it. I just think they want to sweat this out. They want to make this a long, drawn-out process, okay? Because first thing I do in the morning, I wake up, I take a look at my email to see if I got an email from Amazon.
Is another part of the strategy, Bill, making it so much trouble, and you will tell this story, and so the next time something like that happens to one of us or anybody we're going to go, we know, we're going to go, yeah, you might get it, but you know, it's not worth all the hassle and, you know.
Right, 3.5 hours and plus, you know, adding up all that time. Yeah, it is a lot of time. It is involved. You know,
and I say, Bill, John Flynn's going to be on Captain Ray's show tomorrow night, and he's going to document his what he's going through with his trying to get his $799.
I'm going to have to watch that on tape because, or the replay because I have my drone show or my ham radio show tomorrow night. But yeah, I definitely want to see that. So yeah, this is, you know, it's to me, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, you know, just trying to discourage customers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it, Ray. You hit the nail on the head. And you know, and I know who was it that said something. I think Lauren said last night that he thinks this was an error, a disgruntled employee from the company that did all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, Lauren, you're a good friend. You know, no disrespect here, but I don't think that's what happened. What I think what happened was, the company's no longer out on Amazon. Okay, I think they were a fly-by-night company trying to get attention. They got it in the worst way possible. Okay, and Amazon booted them off. They're gone, and you can't even find anything out there on the internet on them. Okay. You know, there may be some inkling that you might be right. I won't say totally that you're not, but I really think this was just trying to garner some attention, some advertising, and why they did it, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, there may have been two guys in an empty mall space or whatever.
I've got the answer. They dumb.
Yeah, Bill, I don't think that company selling the Mavic 3 ever had a Mavic 3 Pro.
No, hell no. Yeah.
No. Well, you know, the whole thing is, and that I've told people before, and this is the crux of the matter. You know, I'm not a lawyer, but the thing is, Amazon said they were going to. This was a third-party seller, but Amazon was fulfilling this. Okay, so they knew. Amazon knew when you place those orders on Monday, they knew whether or not it was in stock. Okay,
that is such a great point, Bill. That is such a great point. And here's what I'll say. I don't think Amazon knew it was in stock. And you know what? I think bad on them. I mean, I'm saying there's something wrong with their system. If they should have caught that immediately.
Well, you know, and I'm going to say this from being in IT for 40 years, okay? Amazon Cloud Services and everything, they're premier, okay? Right. They're state of the art, okay? Everybody uses them because they do such a great job, but yet they can't get this. This is simple software here, folks. You know, this is inventory control. This isn't rocket science, okay? You either have it or you don't. I mean, it's, you know, it's black or white, on or off. You know, it's not. It's, you know, it couldn't get more simple than that.
Bill, in my career, I dealt with warehouse software systems, and yeah, you could look at any product, and unless there was a mistake that somebody made in inventory or something like that, it told you exactly what was where and how much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a little bit of something too. I work for a big company, and we would fill online orders too, and we had everything in a big database, and a customer would order a sneaker or a shoe, and or the database would show that it was in a certain store, and that store had to ship out to the customer. Well, the problem is all stores have shrink, and lots of times the item you had to send out was the shrink. You know, you had one item left. And it wasn't there. You didn't have any more. Again, and at retail store, usually the average was I'm making up a number here, 6% shrink. I don't remember what the number was, but you know, unfortunately, seemed to be that 6% shrink was always a shrink that somebody wanted to order.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine Amazon having a shrink on a $2,199 drone then, but I don't know. I've never worked for Amazon.
Well, I'm also going to say this too, okay? In the grand scheme of things, all right, let's say, you know, 100 people ordered this or whatever. I'm just going to throw a number out there before they stopped it, all right? And I'm going to say, let's say if Amazon really wanted to, they could refund those 100 people $1,500 a piece. And you know what? I'm going to say this, okay? Because it's one of the largest companies in the world. It's not going to affect them. It's not going to.
Jeff Bezos won't have to sell one of his yachts.
What's that?
Jeff Bezos won't have to sell one of his yachts.
Yeah, he won't. Well, you know, technically, he's not CEO anymore. You guys know that, don't you?
Andy Jassy.
But yeah. I bet you, Jeff still gets some cash out of that.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah, I'm sure he does. But no, like Ron said, he's not going to have to sell a yacht, and they're not going to have to lay off 1,000 people for this. No, okay, no, it's not going to hurt them to do this, and I think. You know, what the precedence here is, you know, if you have a third party seller and you're fulfilling the order, you need to honor that. All right. No questions asked. And you know, there's a lot of half truths going around because earlier on with these phone calls, and I know, you know, some of the other people that I've talked to with this who have been doing this and, you know, the same thing as me, you know, they were telling them, well, no, it's just, they told you wrong. They can't tell you that. And I'm like, whoa, time out. Go ahead, Marcus.
Hey, put Koopy's comment up, Bill, his last comment. I'm thinking, no, one below, right below that. Right there. Bill, you think that has something to do with it?
I do too. I really do, because a firm is, I am, you know, a good point, John. I am in really good standing with a firm because I've used them for years. Okay. And you know, I can't tell you. And like I said, that's one of the things that I do all the time for like large purchases. I don't put it on a card. I do it with a firm because number one, their interest rates are a whole lot lower than a lot of cards out there. That's why I use them. And number two, they will not approve your loan if you're going with a fly-by-night company, okay, or even a third-party deal, okay.
Right.
So that's why I do that. And they've always, if there's any question, they will always refund the customer, no questions asked, okay. So that's why I've always gone with a firm. So, and I think John's right. I think that's a great point here. So lesson learned, like if you're gonna, do something like what I did, use a firm, okay. You get approved in seconds. It takes literally seconds to get approved, and you can name the term, everything that you want, all that kind of good stuff. So, that's my method of recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, Bill, on my flight down to Florida, whatever, I did a firm. They offered, I could break up the 4 pay. They offered to me. I didn't even look for it. They said, "Hey, we could break this down, this flight down into 4 payments on a firm with no interest." What I said, why not?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I recommend. So this is kind of like, we'll know on Friday, but I'm really thinking it's going to happen. I just think they want to make it as painful for me as possible, but they don't know. And I told them early on in the process, I'm out on social media regarding drones. I have a voice in the community. I'm going to let people know about this. And the first few times it went over their heads, but then I think it kind of took a little bit more with them the more that I went on. And another thing that I found out too as well, if you're engaging Amazon, forget the chat, okay? Don't do the chat at all with them. Have them do a callback. So you can, and High Kesselu shows you how to do it out on Drone XL. Have them do that callback. I also have the number to call anyway. All right. And the other thing is, in an instance where you're doing price matching, right away tell the customer service rep you want to talk to the price matching team, okay? Because I got a lot of pushback when I asked to talk to them. Why do you want to talk to them for? So to do a price match. Why? And then I explain to them. Then I have an email. Let me talk to somebody there, okay? So push to talk to the price match team in an instance like this. If you're ever in this situation with Amazon.
And Bill, there's one last takeaway here too. The real bad guys are the third party sellers here, and be careful when you're ordering something on Amazon to be aware of whether you're ordering from a third party company. If the third party company is Apple or something, I don't mean that. If the third party company is the Cuckoo Brothers or whatever, be aware of what you're doing.
Exactly. That's a great point, Ron, because a lot of times, a lot of these third-party sellers won't honor a lot of what Amazon will honor, okay? And I think that's
sometimes the return policy is not in full effect if you buy from a third party.
Exactly, Ron. Exactly. Amazon has that A to Z guarantee, but that only applies for the most part to items that they sell themselves directly, okay? Not to third-party sellers. But the whole crux of this matter, and I think the two takeaways that I want to pass on to everybody tonight is number one, okay, Amazon was fulfilling this order, okay? It wasn't the third-party seller that was fulfilling it. Amazon was fulfilling it, okay? And number two, Koopy brought it up as well, and John, thank you for bringing that up. I used a firm, all right? And a firm is just that really carries a lot of weight, and they do a lot of business with Amazon, okay? And they don't want to tick off a firm at all, because first thing I'll do is, if they start balking at this stuff, I'll call a firm up, because our firm customer service is fantastic, okay? They will respond to your inquiries. They will get back to you. They don't hang up on you. They are great to work with. I've worked with them before.
Yeah, those hang-ups are crazy. Yeah. Just to be clear, everybody though, Amazon couldn't fulfill these orders because the company, the third-party company, never sent the product in to sit on the Amazon shelves to be fulfilled or whatever. If you're a third-party filler, you have to send that merchandise into Amazon for them to warehouse it for you. So obviously that merchandise was never sent in. Amazon did a bad job in their inventory management, I'll call it. They never received the product to fulfill, and they weren't aware of that, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. And one more thing I want to do before we wrap up here tonight is, when Barkley brought up a good point, okay? This isn't lawsuit type material because there's really no damages here, all right?
Yeah.
And I think, nobody was really quote unquote harmed. And that's what you have to show in a court of law. You have to show show somebody was harmed here. Okay, no one was harmed by any of this. Okay,
The
was
best
it right?
you can do
No.
is leave them a bad review, right? That's the best.
Yeah,
you can do.
yeah, leave them a bad review. Absolutely. You know,
Yeah, Amazon doesn't do anything. They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't take care of everybody here legally. They're just doing it to be good customer service or whatever. They wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to do it. They could tell, hey, Bill, go fly a kite or whatever.
Exactly. And tell me, go pound salt, as my dad used to say. So, any closing thoughts here tonight, guys?
Well, is it true, Bill, that the Pittsburgh the Pittsburgh Steelers traded a Avata 2 to the Bears for Justin Fields?
That's what I heard. I heard they're going to throw in that new Cogito Specta as well too.
Hey, you got to put Eddie's comment up before we sign off, Bill.
Well, yeah, Eddie.
Well, Eddie's got a good lawyer though on staff.
So, Marcus, any thoughts? Closing thoughts?
Yeah, God, we had a beautiful day today here, and I didn't get out and fly. I got stuck doing a bunch of other stuff, but man, the weather is really getting nice now in the springtime. We're coming into the prime drone flying season, so get out there and fly. And don't worry about Specta drones or which Avata is coming out or whatever. Grab that drone that you got in the bag.
Fly what you got.
Fly it, yeah.
Fly what you got.
Yeah.
Fly what you got. So, any thoughts, Ron, besides Steelers?
No, just that I think that the new Avata 2 is probably going to come out right after the South Florida drone meetup. In fact, Mark and I were talking that he may be in the air when
I'll be on the plane.
If it's the 11th is a true date. So
yeah.
And Bill, I've got just a little program. Here I've been meaning to tell you offline if I haven't. I'll be flying both days. I'll be flying on Tuesday both days. So I probably more likely won't be on the Build the Drone Review show the Tuesday before the meetup and the Tuesday after. I'll be in the air both shows. Okay.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely
that's
fine.
actually, I'm glad Ron brought that up because you know what? Really, me too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we will get that handled. That's going to be exciting stuff. Oh, I want to add on to it, and I don't know if you guys heard or not, but the Hampton Inn is completely booked that weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody said that. Somebody brought that up. I think on yesterday on the show, that person that was from Fort Lauderdale that wanted to come to the show, and they called the Hampton and they were booked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full house, huh?
But there's other places. Valerie and I stayed down the road just a little bit. I forget what it was, but it was we had a good stay there. So anyway,
yeah, you just didn't want to have Lon in the same hotel with Valerie.
Ah!
Well, Lon and Billy don't stay there; they stay over at the Marriott or something, right?
That's right.
They stay. Lon and Billy stay at the Four Seasons.
They're the ones with the big bucks. Okay?
Yeah.
And then there's the three of us.
And Bill, there may be a Avata 2 around the Florida Drone meetup, but we just may not.
We'll probably never know it. Yeah.
We'll probably never know it. Hey, what do you think of my Avata? Oh, looks great. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Yeah. But and by the way, we're all on the Avata 2 video. Okay, saying hi to the person that has it. So we'll see ourselves in a video. Okay, so that'll be fun.
Hey, who knows? Maybe somebody will throw in Avata 2 in the giveaway table that day.
That could happen. That could happen. So stay tuned for all that. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in tonight, everyone. As always, remember, it's a great day to fly. Have a great rest of your week.
Good night.